Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Castle, your news show and discussion on all things Walt Disney World. On today's episode, we have operating hours extended again at Disney's Hollywood Studios for Rise of the Resistance and the holiday season to come. Disney's Riviera Resort is now open as of today on the Walt Disney World property. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance will not be operating during extra magic hours. And then backup boarding groups, they're now available for Rise of the Resistance as well in Hollywood Studios. So a lot of news on Rise, we'll get to all that. And also our discussion for the episode, more Rise of the Resistance. We're going to talk about our thoughts on Rise of the Resistance in a little bit more detail, what we thought about the ride, what we loved, what they could change, just our overall full thoughts. So all of that and more, up next. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name is Colin. I will be your host every episode, and then also every single episode, my co-host Brendan. How are you today, man?
Doing good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good to hear that. We've had a weird adjustment after this past weekend, and then before that being a Disney week before that. So I'm trying to get
and
the
then
holidays.
It's back to Christmas. So.
Yeah, then Christmas is right around the corner. So we're trying to get everything back on track and in order, but we've had a few variables to work with. But anyways, guys, the date is December 15th, 2019, and this is episode 50, the big 5-0 on Keeping Up with the Castle news and discussion show. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a milestone for us.
Yeah.
We love doing this show. I can't believe it's already 50, so that's exciting. So we have a whole bunch of news to bring you.
And I think I got an email saying our YouTube has been created for a year, so it's probably just about a year or two.
Yeah, we're right about there. So that would make sense, because we missed a week or two or something, or 3 here and there.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we have some news to give you. So as far as housekeeping or inside news, for the most part, we're settling down for a little while. We don't have any trips planned immediately.
Yeah.
We are planning a few things. We were just talking about off camera, about doing some more adding to the background, making the green screen bigger. We've got a few ideas and a few tricks.
Just trying to always improve the studio, always.
Yeah, I mean,
whenever we get extra money or whatever, always try
extra money, extra time. And on top of that, we're still learning as we go. And it's a fun process, but we want to keep adding, improving, making things better. So we'll see some changes here shortly. Other than that, though, we just have a whole bunch of news. And it seems like about 75% of it, 85% of it has to do with Rise of the Resistance.
Yes, it does, but that is the best thing.
That is the big thing. It's huge news. It's an incredible thing, and they keep dropping new news about it and changing stuff. So we'll go ahead, and Brendan will take it away.
Up first for the news today is the operating hours at Rise of the Resistance and at Hollywood Studios have extended. So Hollywood Studios will open at 7 a.m. December 13th through the 21st, and then 7 a.m. December 22nd through the 25th, and that was previous at 8 a.m. And December 26th through the 31st will open at 6 a.m. January 1st through the January 4th, 2020 will open at 7 a.m. So yeah, it's opening up at 7 a.m.
Really?
Most, and then 6 a.m. a couple days.
6 a.m. I think that was from the day after Christmas to New Year's.
Which I definitely think this is needed, and I wish they maybe did this for the next couple months. I think they will extend it. I think that's where they're probably heading towards. They've already done it once. This is the second time.
Right.
So I think as time moves, they're going to see how busy Rise is for the next couple months. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it'll die down.
Not for a while. I don't think for.
I think they're going to keep doing it, say indefinitely, and then they'll put a week cap on it, and they'll come out with a new week of new hours, which is ridiculous because I think it'll happen for months. I remember last news show, so not this past week, the week before, Brendan said, when he asked, he's like, how long are they doing this? And I said, right now they're planning on doing it for 3 days.
Yeah,
they already
and then we got
did the full
there.
Week,
yeah, and
extended it. Now they've done a whole other full week, and now they're adding 3 or 4 more weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 more weeks.
So
and then I knew this was gonna happen. I think they might only start doing it on the weekends, maybe, or something, because it will start to dwindle down a little bit.
The thing is, on top of Rise, all right, Rise is big. We get it. Rise is huge. It's the best. You know, it's the new slice of bread. We get it, and we're gonna talk about that later. But again, part of it's the holidays. It's already busier than normal, regardless of the opening of this new awesome attraction. So even when there's a new attraction there, I do know they probably don't need to do it mid to late January through February.
They could very well.
They could get away with it without it. So we'll see what they do. But anyways, for now, it's open earlier. When you get your boarding pass, this is very crucial, because if you don't know it's open earlier, you get there at the regular time and your boarding group's gone.
Yeah, that stinks.
I'm sorry, that sucks. So, anyways, that's that. New hours. All right, first up for my news topic is that Rise of the Resistance and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is not going to be having any extra magic hours. That is in the morning and in the evening, when evening extra magic hours comes back to Hollywood Studios. So the evening extra magic hours returns to Hollywood Studios on December 15th, which is today that we are recording. And although Rise of the Resistance has not opened during any of the morning extra magic hours, it wasn't clear what was going to happen during the evening extra magic hours. So now a statement from Disney has come out that nor in the morning extra magic hours or the evening extra magic hours you'll have any availability to ride Rise of the Resistance. So please check in on when you're going and get that figured out.
Up next for the news today is the Disney's Riviera Resort is now open. Disney's Riviera Resort officially welcomes its first guest today as the 15th Disney's Vacation Club property, and is the first all-new standalone Disney Vacation Club property at Walt Disney World since 2004. The 300-unit property is located on its land previous part of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort and includes its own Disney Skyliner station, making it easy for both Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot transportation. So Disney Riviera Resort opened today.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures. I saw a lot of different event pictures going around and a lot of things. The resort looks spectacular.
It looks
honestly,
beautiful.
It's like I want to be a DVC member there.
Take some coin.
Yeah, take some coin to do that. I think it's opened, was it $210 per point?
I think so.
$210 per point or somewhere around there. So probably starting off around $15,000, I would say, for a low point.
Minimum.
Yeah, for a 75 pointer or 100 pointer.
Yeah. So.
But I saw the pictures. The art was amazing there.
Yeah.
The bars looked amazing. The views looked amazing. Was there anything that you saw that kind of stuck out to your mind?
Just honestly, all of it as a whole, it's hard to break down because I haven't seen it in flesh.
Yeah.
But in the photos I saw, it has a really similar niche decor style to it. Almost like when you walked into Coronado. It was so different than the rest, but it was so elegant.
Yeah, like the
so
Casino
beautiful.
Tower.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's Grand Casino at Coronado. And it just looks gorgeous. The rooms look fantastic. The full marble bathrooms and showers look out of this world.
Yeah, the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant on the roof.
Yeah.
The views for that. Maybe you can't see Everest, Epcot, Galaxy's Edge, Pandora, all that, but what you can see is an extremely beautiful view, to say the least. And you can see some Disney, things, but just incredible. It looks like luxury at its best. It's wiping, the dust with Grand Floridian and stuff. So
yeah, and on another note, like I said earlier, this is the first DVC new resort since 2004. Really, all they've done is...
That's only DVC.
Yeah, that's only DVC. They've kind of added some, extra towers at Wilderness and, done some little things here and there. So it's been 15 years, really, since they've came out with a new resort.
Absolutely.
Which I think a lot of DVC members are probably excited for another place that they can stay at.
Exclusive to them.
Exclusive, that you don't have to worry about, just the random stuff that happens in regular Disney properties.
Service is generally better, etc., etc. The people you're with, the guests know what they're doing, which helps everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Riviera is now open, guys. Check it out. Dine there. Really cool. we might stay there one day. Who knows? It's not cheap.
Rent some points or something.
Yeah, I think the base price without renting points, you can rent it. You can get a room there, but it's about, I think base with no discounts, about $750 for a basic 2-queen, 300 square foot room.
I did want to
At
mention
night.
one last thing. If you do decide to do DVC here, if you do sell those points, like third party, you can only stay at that resort. You can't like stay at another resort or
Right.
something. So there is some caveats to this DVC property.
It is a
So I would
premium of the premium.
So I would look into it if you are, interested in DVC or the Riviera Resort.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. Okay, so for the last news topic today is that there is backup boarding groups now available for Rise of the Resistance. So there's been lots of news again for Rise. So this is cool. A lot of people have not been able to ride the ride, so this is very crucial. Disney has now introduced backup boarding groups at Star Wars, Rise of the Resistance, and Galaxy's Edge in efforts to continue to streamline the guest experience for the latest attraction and the land itself. When all boarding groups are full, it may be possible to join a backup boarding group, which are all designated from groups 121 and past that. So depending on the progress of the park that day, guests in those groups might be able to experience Rise of the Resistance if the capacity and the day allows it. So Disney is making it clear that joining a backup group does not at all guarantee you'll be able to ride the ride. So please be careful, pay attention, don't get your hopes up too much potentially, and good luck. Okay, so for the discussion, it is going to be again our thoughts on Rise of the Resistance. We waited in the queue, we did the boarding groups, we waited in the queue twice. We'll get more details on that here shortly. And we obviously rode the ride, so we want to talk about a few things. I kind of want to, before we talk about how we enjoyed it, I want to talk about the process leading up to it.
Yeah.
So we arrived at Hollywood Studios at about 8 a.m., just about 8 a.m. sharp on Saturday,
the opening week.
I think 7th. Yes. So we got there. We got in boarding group 80, as we previously mentioned. So that was about 8 to 8:05-ish, give or take a minute or so. We understand it's going to be a while because we're kind of
I did want to talk about
moving.
one thing before you actually jump into it. Is when we were trying to joining pass, it was like we couldn't add each other to. It was like
it was glitching.
It was like
and
glitching.
It was freezing.
I don't know if
we
that's still happening, but we were like, I was like, hey, I'm friends with everybody on my Disney Experience app, so I'm gonna have everybody and I'll join. And then I ended up actually getting boarding group 79, and they all got 80.
And then somehow I got Sarah and Audrey with it. Ended up working for Sarah and Audrey with me, but it wouldn't take Brendan with me.
It was being a little glitchy, so do watch out for that. You might have to like close the app and open it back up. And
because if you have family sharing with people on Disney Experience, you can add everyone collectively together with your group. But we did have a lot of glitches and issues. If it's still doing that, go into it with everybody knowing what to do and have their phone ready, and have everyone just do it separately. But if the glitch is fixed, do it as a group. Because even if you're one boarding, if he's in 79 and I'm in 80, he can go with 80. It doesn't matter because you have a 2-hour window after you get your boarding pass to return for it. So it worked out okay, but
that was one thing that I wanted to mention.
Right, it was harder than we thought. And also when you scan your band into the park, that's when you can finally do it. And when you do that, it takes a few minutes
to
update and register that you are inside the actual gates. So, you'll have to give it probably 3 to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes sometimes to let you do it. And then, anyways, sometimes it might mess up. So, anyways, we got in the boarding group. We understood obviously it was going to be a while. We sort of gauged how quickly they added each group and cleared the earlier groups, and it varied quite a bit because of some closures. But we kind of gauged it pretty accurately, and we went on with our day. Got breakfast, did lunch, went to a different park actually, and then came back. So we came back to Rise of the Resistance. It was nighttime. Galaxy's Edge was beautiful.
That was one of the first times that we saw Galaxy's Edge at night. So it was a good experience.
So that was really cool. And we get in line and to. None of us expected this, but the line was fairly short. So we skipped the whole outside portion. We passed the waterfalls, and we're halfway through the first room.
Halfway through the first room where there's the two kind of, you look into the first kind of chamber type thing, and then you go into the
and there's about 6 or 7 rooms. So we started pretty far through. Right. So it was nice.
It was going by fast.
And there's a lot of cool detail and stuff in the queue at least. Even rooms
after that first
cool.
The first 2 rooms are kind of muddy,
just
bland.
cavernous, bland.
And then as you get into it, it really feels like you're getting into the center of Tua Base. So I was saying that we were walking around. I'm like, the walls are a little bit further apart, and then you start getting closer, and the rooms start getting a little bit bigger. And, or I might have said that backwards, whatever.
But the illusion.
The illusion of it looks like you're getting to the center of a base, which is. I thought that was like fantastic.
Yeah, because in the queue you're in the resistance bunker, and it's supposed to be underground or in a cave mountain type deal. So
the walls are really thick at the beginning, and then they get a little smaller.
Yeah, and it was, but it was so cool, and it wasn't. I worry sometimes about queues like that. Like I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like to be in too tight places. Yeah. It wasn't bad. There was one hallway that was tight,
and that was only about a 50-foot span. It wasn't maybe 100 feet.
It was not broken down. The line moves quickly, but anyways, we kept going. We get in the second to last room, and we stop. So we notice we're stopped for about 30 minutes. We check the app. It says it's broken down. So we're
we check Twitter too.
Yeah,
I would say
people on Twitter.
I'm not on
check
Twitter.
Social media
Yeah,
first.
social media will, especially Twitter,
Instagram
will
stories, Twitter,
very quick on. Hey, it's broken down.
Right. So we noticed that. So we're like, okay, we have a dining reservation at Brown Derby coming up in an hour and a half. Do we wait it out? Is it going to be a 10-minute breakdown, an hour-long breakdown? We don't know. So probably 10, 15, 20 more, probably 15, 20 more minutes go by. And someone starts handing out free Galaxy's Edge Dasanis. So they're even more expensive Dasanis. And they're handing out pallets of them.
And a couple snacks.
Yeah, then they come by next with more waters, cookies, cutie oranges, 3 packs, and bananas. And they hand those out. We're like, okay, this probably isn't good actually, because if they're doing this, they know it's gonna be a while.
And then we're like, oh, as that happens, Chewie comes
Chewbacca walks in, and he's going one by one to every single guest in the queue, taking a photo and interacting a little bit. The outfit, the character, the sounds he makes, it was incredible.
Yeah, that was, even though we did get stuck, meeting Chewbacca was a very cool experience. Yeah, we waited in a line. It's, you wait in a line for Chewbacca, but for him to walk up to you, you take a picture. The costume that they had was like
he's a massive dude. Yeah. Whoever's playing that role is huge. I mean, but it was a really, really, really cool experience. Granted, it was under bad circumstances, so we appreciated that. But again, when we saw Chewie, we're like, okay, it helped, but at the same time, we knew, okay, this isn't going to open anytime soon.
Yeah.
So we still waited off, and then our reservation came up, and we had to leave. We couldn't ride the ride.
So we walked up the front of the front of the ride. We only had 2 tiny rooms.
Yeah, we were maybe 50, 60 people from getting in the first ride video.
Yeah, the first part, and then
pre-show.
We did have a good experience there. They're like, all right, come over here. We'll bring you out this exit over here, and we'll give you, your fast or not. It was considered a fast pass, but it was come back anytime without a boarding group.
Right.
So we can come back tomorrow or even later that night if we wanted to.
It was one of the anytime fast passes, but you had to wait in the regular standby queue.
Yeah.
So that's fine. We understood that. We made it to Brown Derby, had a great night there, but we had to return the next day to ride the ride. So we
showed up around 9 o'clock, I think.
Right.
8 or 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And the line was actually very long.
It was all the way
outside. And I think it
was
was broken down when we first walked in, and then after the first, 5 minutes, we started going really fast through that line. But I will say we didn't really talk about the outside of the queue. The outside of the queue, I do like how the plants are, give you a good amount of shade when you're outside.
They do.
But it was humid. I will say it was winter and it was still very
humid. It was humid. I will say the reason it was humid is because for some reason
I think they watered.
They definitely sprayed or hosed off all the walkways in Hollywood Studios overnight, or at least early in the morning, and it wasn't. I can't remember if it was how sunny it was, but it wasn't drying quickly at all.
Yeah,
so
it was still kind of cold.
Was just sticking around, but nonetheless, the queue was really cool.
I think, and we'll just say, I think we waited just under an hour, and we were at literally the very end of the line.
Very back. Right where you can walk in and see this, eventually when they will have.
That's how fast that, I will say, when it does,
if it's not broken down, it moves quick.
Yeah, it moves really fast.
So we went back, and we went through the whole queue. I'm going to skip everything else, no more there, and we got on the ride. So now, I'm going to go ahead and have Brendan explain briefly what he thought about the ride. I mean, obviously, I think we enjoyed it, but we're going to say why we enjoyed it and just how cool it was. Just whatever you think, Brendan.
I'll start off just I'll kind of start at the beginning of the ride and say why I liked it. I like the queue, obviously, but
No spoilers on this.
no.
If you want spoilers, see our last video. We had the whole ride POV.
Yeah, so you pretty much just have a great. The cast members are like
Really good.
dead on accurate with Star Wars. They're kind of messing with you, and we had a camera, so they were messing with us, calling us rebel scums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which was great, and
Funny.
it makes you happy, and you're like, oh, this is
It
so
sets
great.
the mood.
And that's what I had to say about that. Going into all the different rooms,
The pre-shows. Where you have a lot of cast member interaction in the pre-show areas.
and it's like 2 or 3 of them that you
Yeah.
have, and then the little, I don't know how in depth we want to go, but it's the ride was fantastic.
Yeah, well then you end up getting in the actual ride vehicle
Yeah.
where you have your multiple different ride experiences, but I mean the actual technology used, the clarity and the special effects, those animatronics.
Yeah, that's
oh
what I
my
was about
gosh.
to say. The animatronics were the best thing at the movement and the fluidity of the animatronics.
So realistic.
The general in that first portion when you get into the
And Kylo Ren.
Yeah, like Kylo Ren does good, and just all the like weird things that happen throughout the
the
ride.
first portion where you stand.
Yeah, where
The
you
Resistance
stand.
General.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now, but
Is it Akbar?
Nah.
But not the biggest
I
Star
think
Wars
that
fan,
was the best
but-
animatronic. The
Yeah.
first little lizard-looking gecko, fish-looking dude. In the stand-up resistant transport vehicle portion,
Yeah.
that animatronic was incredible. I thought it was even better than
I thought
Doc
it was-
Hondo from Millennium Falcon and
I thought it was better. I
Explosion.
thought that was the best animatronic in the ride in Disney.
Absolutely, it was incredible. So you go through the ride, and again, you see so many effects. And the trackless vehicle, I've never been in a trackless ride.
Yeah, if you've
and
been
you can see the tracks, but you still you don't have clarity and don't know where you're going, and it's such a cool feeling.
You're like, okay, I do see the tracks, but there's kind of track marks all
Everywhere,
over the
yeah,
place.
so you
Not
know-
all over the place, but there's 2 vehicles, so sometimes they get intertwined.
And not tracks,
then-
just like, the little
The track
faint
marks.
grayish black tire, because it's rubber black tires on
yeah.
clean painted
It's,
concrete.
yeah,
so.
like a polished concrete.
Yeah.
And you see it, and you're like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but it still gives you that a little bit of, not thrill, but
Right,
great movement, fluid.
You're just
and
unsure of what's coming next, and the special effects are fantastic. When Kylo Ren's lightsaber comes through, I still don't know how they nailed that. The
The
AT-AT
door.
portion, the AT-ATs, those are life-size. They're incredible. Yeah, the door getting cut out. We don't want to do too many spoilers, but overall, I have to agree. From the beginning, you are blown away. The cast member interaction is incredible. The animatronics are incredible. When you go into the hangar,
I will say,
you think you're in space. When you enter the hangar, it's game over.
Yeah, I will
So
say
good.
when you're in the hangar and just other portions, all the screens that they have that you're going through the ride, they're
So clear.
so clear. I just saw like an 8K TV like on Best Buy or whatever, and I think that's what they are. They have to be like 8K, whatever the
50K,
top,
whatever
whatever it
that
is.
yeah.
They have that technology because it was so realistic. It was ridiculous.
You don't need any goggles,
you wouldn't
nothing.
get like vertigo or motion sickness.
No.
I know some people like Sarah will get motion sickness off looking at screens. There's no way
From
you would
this
get
ride, yeah.
because they're kind of farther away too. It's not like you're
None
right
of them are
up.
right up on them, and they're crystal clear. It's like watching your high def TV in your
Yeah,
living room. so-
exactly.
but clear. But yeah, it was really cool. And again, you have a 4 ride vehicle style experience, and there's a drop at the end.
Yeah.
It was cool. It's short,
It's
but
kinda
I
just-
really felt the whole stomach drop thing.
Thinking about going down one floor in the elevator, a little bit faster than normal.
I mean,
That's
it's definitely
what-
way faster
yeah.
than an elevator,
But like,
I mean, it's a drop. You lose full tension, but it's only like 8 to 10 feet. So
yeah, it's like
Oh.
it's one floor but fast.
yeah, I wouldn't say that if like I don't ride Tower Terror, I can't ride drop rides because I actually get kind of disoriented. Like my
Mm-hmm.
balance from altitude, it's weird. Like elevators and stuff irritate me, but I can ride roller coasters and stuff like that. And it didn't bother me one bit. I thought it was fantastic. I don't think it would bother anyone.
Yeah.
I could have the neck brace on and probably ride that ride.
Yeah, it was a 1 second, maybe 2.
All the movements were so fluid too. It was a fantastic ride, and I could go on all day. But I would
do want to
recommend it
ask
for anyone.
Our expectations were high going into the ride. Did they exceed expectation? kind of bring
I think it
expectations
did.
or below. I think it was just above expectation. It wasn't it blew me out of the water, but I already had super high expectations.
Yeah.
So I think it was higher than my expectation, but it wasn't
Yeah, I would pretty much
crazy.
agree. I had incredibly high expectations, and it rose higher than that.
Yeah, it rose higher than my expectations.
Because I saw ride footage, I saw some POV stuff. Excuse me, and I did a lot of research. As we do here. Sorry, Jesus. But I was still constantly blown away. Even the footage I saw on camera and on video, I was blown away.
Yeah.
When you feel it, you hear it, you sense it. The lights, the sound, just the visuals, all together, it was so encompassing, it was incredible. So Rise of the Resistance, guys, get there early, very early, probably before it opens, and get on this ride. It is the best ride I've ever ridden. I'm not just saying that because it's new and I'm a big Disney fan, but I think it blows Flight of Passage out of the water. I think it blows whatever your second, third, or best attraction is out of the water, honestly.
Yeah. It gives you a little bit of everything.
There's
family,
nothing like it.
But also a little bit of thrill, great, theming, everything.
It's incredible. So check it out, Rise of the Resistance. It's all the talk for a reason. It was an epic experience, start to finish, from the queue to the end. As long as it doesn't break down, it was fantastic. But anyways, guys, enough about Rise. Hopefully we can move on from Rise in our news.
And then we'll start talking about minis.
Yeah, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, so that's right around the corner. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Castle, a new show and discussion. Thank you so much for watching and following along. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. And subscribe, please.
Subscribe, comment. We'd love to interact.
Please comment, interact, conversate with us, and subscribe if you want to see more content. We appreciate all the support. And again, thank you for following along. We will see you guys next episode.